feels like all the shows Hollywood makes for black people are so basic. That's on purpose. A few years ago, I sold my first TV series to B.E.T, and they even told the press that they were making 8 episodes of my show. But when we got into the development on my show, they told me it was too complex. They told me to make it more simple. They said we need simpler characters, simpler dialogue, simpler plot lines, simple, simple, simple. I wanted to keep the show complex. I thought we deserve complex storytelling. No. A couple months later, an executive pulled me aside and said, listen, kid, at this network, we make shows for single moms at home making dinner for their kids. They need to be able to follow your
single moms at home making meals for their kids. Single moms. Single so-called black moms. Hispanic and Native American moms. Broken families, broken households. It's all orchestrated.
show without really paying attention. In other words, make it dumber. I couldn't do that. So a month later, I got a call from my agent. She said, BET's pulling out. They're not going to make your show. I was heartbroken, but I learned an important lesson. Why would a company called Black Entertainment Television want to serve their own people undercooked nothing burgers? The answer is that the Black and BET is just a storefront. BET's owned by Paramount Global. And who runs Paramount Global? You know
who. Right, so he didn't really tell us, who owns what. See, we able to call out names. We able to tell you who's doing this, who's the source of the wickedness. So let's get into this lesson. So you heard that, this is not a conspiracy theory. This is facts. We told you that the so-called white man, the Amalekites, which would be the chief nation of the nation of Edom. That's who runs, the nation of Edom. You know what I'm saying? Because you had different tribes of Edom. You know what I'm saying? Esau had 5 sons, if I'm not mistaken. And they would all branch off to different tribes, like you got the 12 tribes of Israel. Right? So the Amalekites, the one run America. They run the music industry. That's why you see the poison music come out to indoctrinate Jake, you know what I'm saying, our people. And the TV programming. I'm going to get into that word TV programming. Programming. They are programming our people. And that's why you see these slew of shows that makes no sense. It's simple, right? It's dumbed down. And it's like ghetto fabulous, right? They push you hood radism. You know what I'm saying? Dysfunctionality, right? In these shows, right? A lot of adultery in these shows, a lot of drug. Then you got this show called with BMF, right? So these all are different enchantments on you, Jakes, to keep you in a perpetual state of sin, to keep you totally lost. And I say that all the time. So I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna give you receipts to what I'm saying. I'm gonna show you who owns BET. I'm gonna show you who owns Paramount, who runs Paramount, right? So these TV shows are to groom our, people, right? Especially when they're young, it's to groom them to accept the LGBT lifestyle. It grooms them to be dope dealers. It grooms them to be hot girls, twerk girls. You know what I'm saying? Scammers. You know what I'm saying? All these things. Psalms 83 and 1. It's a song or a psalm of Asaph. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua. Hold not thy peace and be not still, O power. It says too, for lo, thy enemies make a tumult. So you Jakes got enemies. I don't give a damn what the Christian church done lied and told you. You got enemies. And they hate thee. Hate is in the Bible. That's what you Jakes don't want to deal with. You want to love everybody, right? But you hate your own people, right? So hate is a necessary emotion. It says they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel. What is this crafty counsel? There's many different ways they do this. One of the ways they do this crafty counsel is the TV programming, right? B.E.T, which they pushing that black false pseudo nationality on you. B.E.T stands for Black Entertainment Television, right? It's very targeted towards you Jakes. And they pushing that false identity on you as black. It says, and consulted against thy hidden ones, you hidden. You don't know what's going on. You don't know who you are. For they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel might be no more in remembrance. That's why they called you, they start off calling you, what was that, colored? Then it went from colored to Negro, and then from Negro to black in the 1960s, and in 1988, so-called African American. So that's a that is a shit show. You know what I'm saying? So who's our enemies? 5, they have Salakia. 6, the the tabernacles of Edom, right? So the so-called white man, that's your number one enemy. The Ishmaelites, even, you know what I'm saying, Ishmael, you know what I'm saying? The so-called Arabs, Moab, the so-called Chinese, the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, so-called Japanese. It says in Amulek, Amulek is an Edomite. He's the chief tribe of Esau Edom. So Amalek is the J people today that call themselves Khazars. They come from that empire, right? So Esau Edom went from Mount Seir and he spread his seed throughout the whole earth, right? But his original origin was Mount Seir, right? So these the Amalekites that we know as Khazars, right? Then they changed their identity from Khazars to Jewish people, right? These are Edomites, but that's who run your entertainment, and they groom our people, right, to act a certain way, to think a certain way, to react a certain way. They push all these different enchantments in your mind, right? They use the television to do a lot of programming. Groom. They groom you, right? It says right here, number 2. It says to prepare or train someone in a particular purpose for a particular purpose or activity. You hear this? Prepare or train. So our people have been raised up on television, right? And they mimic what they see on these shows. And these shows push demonic so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American culture on you. That's why they glorify drug dealers, hot girls, you know what I'm saying? Fans only women, right? So on and so forth. It's endless, man. It says TV programming, right? So BET is known as a TV broadcasting company, right? Television programming, right? So let's go to this word programming, a program. I'm gonna get straight to the point. So that's why they call it TV programming. That's why we go into the meaning of words. Program. Right here at the top, it said cause a person or animal to behave in a predetermined way. So they're programming you to what how they want you to think, how they want you to act, how they want you to dress. A lot of these fashions are pushed via through the television, right? These trends are pushed through the music, right? The music and the rap videos, right? And BET is targeted towards you Jakes, right? And don't no so-called black person even own it. BET, right? So right here, BET stands for Black, so-called Black Entertainment Television. You see that word black is interjected. It's an enchantment. So they want to let you know, they want to emphasize that you're black, right? So let's keep going. So I put in who owns BET, right? It says BET is an American basic cable channel targeting so-called black American audiences. It is currently owned by BET Media Group, a subsidiary of Paramount Group. You hear this? Paramount Group. Global, I'm sorry. So let's go to Paramount Global. Right? So Paramount Global, right? Let's go here. I'm gonna show you something. And the J people behind Paramount. So this is the key people right here. And I'm gonna show you the CEO of Paramount, right? So Paramount Global is the same one and the same as Paramount. So let's read this. I'm gonna show you something. It says Paramount Global at the very top, also known simply as Paramount, is an American multinational mass media and entertainment, right, conglomerate controlled by National Amusement and Headquarters. So let's get to the key people of this, right? I'm going to show you something. Key people: Sherry Redstone, which just goes back to Esau Edom. And she one of them J people, right? I'm going to show you something. So this is all a conspiracy against you so-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans to destroy your mind, destroy your life, right? To indoctrinate you, program you. It says meet Sherry Redstone, right? Because when you go into Edom means red. So these the Edomites, Amalekites. It says the millionaire executive behind Paramount, the United States media mogul, right? She is an Orthodox Jew. You hear this? She's an Orthodox Jew, so-called Jew. She's an Amalekite. So let's go to the CEO of Paramount. And it can get real deep. I just want to keep it simple. All right, so this is the current CEO. It says Brian Robbins is a president and chief executive officer of Paramount Pictures and Nickelodeon. Right? Let's go to him. Right here. Same guy, Brian Robbins, right? Salakia. Right here at the top. Ethnicity, Ashkenazi Jewish. So you getting this connection. You understand it now? Right? So when you go back into B.E.T., like that Jake was trying to allude to, but he didn't come out with it, right? They are owned and operated by the J people. And that's the reason why the programming is a certain way to target and indoctrinate and brainwash you Jakes to push all these agendas. Why you got something called Medea, right? To push a man wearing a woman clothing, right? Tyler Perry is pushed and promoted all through BET to make that normalize that to you, Jakes, so they can indoctrinate you, right? They push so many other things on BET as well. BET is unwatchable, right? It's demonic. And all these musicians, you had some called the BET Awards, when they was twerking, right? They was twerking in the audience, and they showed that. So they want the young women to copy their behavior, right? So your enemy owned all your broadcasting entertainment, right? Going back to Amalek, Edom, Esau Edom, right? I showed you receipts. And it's to groom you, Jakes, to live a destructive, dysfunctional life, right? And that's what it's all about. And it don't just stop at BET. It's everything's perverse. You can't watch even a movie, right, or a TV show without it being an LGBT person on there. Tell me I'm lying, right? So to push that wicked vibration, the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. Who was the wicked? Esau Edom, Malachi 1, chapter 3 and 4, the border of wickedness. So that means the border is what the wickedness starts at, right? All right. Call Hala Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rachat Kodash. Shalom.